Back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the print runs of NBA Silver Prism basketball cards over the years, and really how those print runs have increased, and just kind of some of my opinions about how some of these might be valued over time. Also, going to be talking about some of the other parallels. But what you're looking at here, this graph, it's actually made by Simon466 Cards on YouTube. And I actually reached out to him, got his permission to use this graph. It's in one of his videos that I encourage you all to check out, where he kind of goes through his methodology of estimating print runs for silver prisms over these years that you see here. So I'm going to link that video below. But Yeah, so I'm just going to give a very basic rundown, and it doesn't include all of his methodology. But basically, what he does to come to these estimates, right, for each year is he looks at some of the most popular players from that year and basically takes a ratio of the amount graded for a serial numbered card, right, because we know the print run of a serial numbered card, and applying that ratio to a silver. So just to give an example, and these are not real numbers, but let's just say, for example, in 2013, right, Giannis is probably the most graded guy because he was a rookie that year. And again, not real numbers, but let's just say 30 out of his 60 orange prisms were graded, right? That's a serial numbered parallel to 60, and 30 out of 60 were graded. We can kind of assume that pretty much any of those would be graded if they were pulled. So basically, what that might tell us, which again isn't real, but in that case, if it was 30 out of 60, what it would tell us is, maybe about half of that product has been pulled. So if there was 200 silvers graded, then maybe we could use that to estimate, okay, then there's 400 total printed, if that makes sense. Again, there's more that goes into his calculation. It's not that simple. It does a lot more than that. So please check out his video. But I think these are solid estimates for these years. And, you can see it just really just going up each year. But I just wanted to kind of fill in some of the blanks. I'm not sure why he started with 2013, not 2012. But let's just take a look a little bit at 2012 stuff. Okay, so this is the Anthony Davis Gold Prism, obviously out of 10. He was a rookie that year, first pick of the draft, so you can assume that pretty much all of these would be graded. So, okay, so 8 out of 10 total graded, and that's across PSA and Beckett. Um, so 8 out of 10 total graded, about 80%. Now let's look at his silvers. On the silvers, there's 224. So if we just, again, this is just very like rudimentary, like just an estimate, not perfect, but so if we were assuming that 80% of the product was pulled, 224, we would just do 224 over zero point 0.8, and we would get 280. So, somewhere around maybe 280 is the print run on the Silver Prism for 2012, which is crazy when you think about it, right? Because there's numbered parallels now that go higher than that. There's out of 299s in Prism now. So there's probably I think that's the red seismic. Like there's probably more red seismics of 2023 than there are of silver prisms in 2012. Um, and I just wanted to show the green also because look how low that is too. It's just crazy. Like that's the total population. So even that green retail non-numbered is such a low. Again, and I just want to say I think this is important because Prism is such a iconic and popular set. And I came into the hobby pretty recently, like only about a year and a half ago, and I didn't realize until recently how much the print runs have changed, how much the populations have basically increased, and I'm kind of just realizing what what impact that can have probably over time, um, and for the values of cards. So it's just something important to know about. And it also, I'm kind of doing this video also, it's kind of informed a little play that I'm making actually on 2013 Prism parallels, and I'll get into that a little bit. But Yeah, like I just wanted to show I'm not gonna. not right here. I'm not going to estimate how many silvers there were in 2013. I think Simon did a good job of that. Let's see, he said 2013 about, again, like that's a really low number, 434 total printed, something like that. But like these are the kinds of cards that I'm picking up to grade. Um, just like kind of Hall of Fame type guys that I can still get relatively cheap. And like they have really low really low like gem populations. Um, and yeah, basically my play, I'll just go into it now, is yeah, picking up a bunch of these 2013 parallels. You can see 429 Giannis's have been graded. There's probably been Kraken resubs there too, so that that might be the actual print run. Um, and then this is a non-numbered 2013, but again, that's a really low, you, a low print run. So there's maybe 150 of them or something, and then there's a blue Walmart blue in 2013 that's probably very similar. This is the Target red. Um, so just kind of showing, yeah, like and you might be thinking so far like, oh, so what? Okay, like there's 150 of those, like whatever, like that sounds like kind of a lot. But let's bring it to present day, 2023. Let's look at a Wemby. This is an out of 299 parallel. They're saying 200 have been graded. Now, I looked into some of the other Wemby parallels. For example, like a Mojo, which is out of 25, and already 25 have been graded. So there's definitely a lot of cracking and resubbing going on with Wemby. So I'm just going to assume that there's been plenty of that here. And I'm just going to estimate, okay, there's actually maybe been like 150 pulled. And also because that just makes it an easy round number because it's basically 150 out of the 300. So we're saying maybe half the product has been pulled. Um, but so what does that mean for the silver prism then? Silver 4,500, so times two would be about 9,000. So maybe the population is somewhere around 9 or 10,000. I mean, sorry, the print run on the Wemby silver. At first, I was actually really surprised by that, um, because I was looking at these numbers and I was like, wow, that's about where we were in 2019, and I would have expected that to increase a lot. But I think I figured out what happened. I think what actually happened is, yeah, they may have kept the silvers the same, but they look at all these, and this is the 2023 checklist. Look at all these non-numbered parallels. So I think they may have kept the silver the same, but just added tons of non-numbered parallels, which in a way kind of still dilutes the silvers to me, if that makes sense. Um, but then also, I was looking at this. Look at how many numbered parallels there are. And we all talk about how many parallels there are these days and stuff. But like when you actually see it, I added them up. There's actually over 3,000 numbered parallels. So when and this is kind of the point I wanted to make, and why I'm sort of making this 2013 play, right? Like when you pull an out of 299 Wemby, um, that's actually less rare than a 2013, or it's like similarly rare to like a 2013 silver, less rare than like a 2013 non-numbered red, right? And yes, it's out of 299, but it's also kind of in a way like one out of the 3,000 numbered parallels, plus all, you got all the other parallels. So it's just like, I don't know, it makes me a little bit cautious about the idea of holding anything ultra modern Prism, like especially like Wemby stuff, even long term, as good as I think he's going to be. And it just makes me kind of appreciate the earlier years of Prism and kind of think that with how low the pop counts are, how low the print runs are, that those parallels are actually, even for 2013, my idea is that they're going to increase in value over the years, just because again they're relatively rare, and also just seeing them in hand. Like I've gotten my hands on a couple 2012 silvers, and obviously some of these silvers and reds and blues from 2013. They're really nice. Like they're more shiny than the newer ones. Like there's a reason why Prism became so popular, and I think it's because of those early years and how good the designs were and how shiny they were. Um, So just all those factors together, like basically the product, in my opinion, being better back then, being everything being more rare, and I'm picking up basically Hall of Fame type players from this 2013 stuff that have low pop counts. I just and I'm gonna grade it all. I'm buying it all raw. Um, you know, and that's kind of a way to hopefully reduce my cost. We'll see how the grading actually goes, and I might just sell off the ones that don't 10 and kind of hold all the tens for, I don't know how long I'll hold it. I mean, I'm planning to hold them for probably years. Um, so yeah, anyway, that's the play. And that's really the video. I'm gonna finish it off. I'm just gonna kind of show off some of those 2013 parallels that I'm sending in, and I've already sent a few in, but figured I'd just kind of show them to you guys. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you all have a great day.
All right, here's some of the 2013 Prizm parallels I'm sending in. I've probably already sent in like 10 or 12 of them, and I probably had to get about double this amount to find gradable copies. Just so you guys are aware that that's something that goes into this. But yep. So there's a Westbrook. This is the Target red. Horford. I think he's actually kind of a borderline Hall of Famer. This isn't playing days, but Hardaway is always good. That's a silver. Nice Chris Paul kind of color match, sort of. Silver Chris Paul. This is the green, retail green, Hardaway. I didn't get many of these, but I like this one. That's the red, white, and blue Pulsar. Again, not playing days, but a nice color match. And I've seen these already kind of sell well of what has sold. Oh, I did get another one of these. It's an Iverson. I already sent one of these and got a 9 that I'm just kind of keeping. But this is the out of 60 orange. Really nice card. And I think the first one got a 9 for the same reason this one's going to. Top is too thick. You see that compared to the other ones. It looks like that's just kind of how these Sotomayor's were printed, maybe. Dwight Howard, nice color match. Again, like Hall of Fame / borderline / really good career guys. I wouldn't send like a silver or a non-numbered of Brooke Lopez, but out of 60, I think it's worth it. Here's a Ray Allen silver, another Westbrook silver. Excited about those. Kevin Love red, Vince Carter blue kind of color match with Dallas, and a Pau Gasol silver.